Hi and welcome back to Kingsclear Model Railway. So over the last couple of days I've been doing some work to the engineer's yard and also doing an awful lot of time consuming, very tedious painting of all the rails and chairs. As I say, it takes an absolute age, but it's really worth it in the long run as it really makes the track stand out, especially when it's fully weathered. We've also applied some of the DAS clay to form the sub-basis of the yard. This currently is it's in the process of drying, I should say. And when it is, obviously we'll paint that up, add various materials and weather that up to give a realistic foundation or formation of the yard. The yard itself also requires ballasting and weathering up. So as you can see, coming underneath the two over bridges is the Accurascale Class 37. This is carrying some of the engineers' trains which don't normally get out onto the track, normally within this yard, but because obviously we're working on the yard, they're out on the main line at the moment. So this train is a prototypical engineering train consisting of various wagons, which I'll explain as it passes. So right behind the loco we have the Toad, the Daypole Kit Booth 15-ton crane and its runner. All of these have been heavily modified. The kit itself is not bad. There are a few inaccuracies and the main ones are the bogies which are contained within the kit. The booth itself in effect has got a solid subframe with 4 axles. As you can see, I've modified there. And I think that really does set it up. The actual crane itself is not in a central position also, so it had to be slightly moved to get it into the right position in regards to the crane to the chassis subframe. So behind the booth itself, we've got 4 of the flangeway salmons. One of these are actually the shorty version, and the other 3 are correct lengths to accept the 60-foot trap panels. Very difficult to see. There is a difference if you put them right next to each other, but with creative position of panels, it's very, very difficult to see the difference. All of these salmons need weathering, and also the trap panels need themselves painting, weathering up and obviously strapping down. Behind the actual salmons themselves are the open wagons, the engineers' open wagons. So we've got a mixture of groundpuss and starfish and various other open wagons that are used for engineering duties. This train itself has in effect been completed, so we've got the weathering completed, the load representing coming just off of an engineering job. So this is obviously the spoil that's been created, part of that engineering works. And the couplings of these are the magnetic coupling type ones, which in effect reduce down the distance between the wagons themselves and obviously aid in splitting the train. At the rear of the train we've got a laureate currently occupied by 2 tractors. One of these tractors will be removed and I'll scratch build a scarifying type of attachment which is in effect used by the engineers to knock off the top of the cribs to form a flat surface for the ability for the engineers to then lay the panels onto it, and then obviously the brake van at the back. So as I said, one of the other things we've done as well is we've put the boards, and these are 2mm thick boards to form the sub base for the cutting. As you see, we were doing this corner here. As I said, the idea was to complete this area first and then move on. However, trying to get away from obviously lots of bits of signs of wood everywhere, I decided to put this forward in the pecking order to get this done. So over the next couple of days and weeks, I'll start putting the material on this, which is the foam which you get from stock boxes, cut that down to form the approximate angle for the cut in, and then overlay that with the bandage material and then various other different types of materials to get the cutting to where I want it to be. Also in that regards, we've done some work on the under bridges. As you can see there, I've got some bits of wood to give the approximate elevation of where the roadway is going to go. It needs a little bit of work to that. Needs to just reduce that down because there's a bit of a steep drop off there. And as you can see behind that, just the entrance to the tunnel for that steep cutting, which will in effect resemble very much a chalk face. Anyway, any comments, please just drop them in the chat. Glad to get back to your nose and hope you've enjoyed the video. Thank you.